Imagine this for a moment. You're at an airport. Your phone battery is almost dead. You spot a free charging station nearby and plug your device in without thinking twice. Everything seems normal. Your phone starts charging. But what if, at that exact moment, someone silently gained access to your personal data? Your passwords, emails, banking apps, and private photos, all exposed through nothing more than a charging cable. Sounds impossible? Not anymore. Welcome to Bluehat Cybersec Academy. In today's world, smartphones, tablets, and laptops store massive amounts of personal and professional information. As people become more dependent on technology, cybercriminals constantly search for new ways to exploit that dependence. One increasingly dangerous technique is juice jacking, a cyber attack where malicious charging cables, USB ports, or public charging stations are used to compromise devices. Most people assume USB connections only provide power, but USB technology transfers both power and data. Attackers exploit this capability to steal information, install malware, monitor activity, or gain unauthorized access. In this video, we'll break down what juice jacking is, how it works, advanced attack methods, real-world scenarios, and the best ways to stay protected. So what exactly is juice jacking? Juice jacking is a cyber attack where malicious chargers or USB connections are used to compromise electronic devices. The word juice refers to electrical power, while jacking refers to hijacking. In this attack, the victim connects their device to what appears to be a normal charger. But instead of only supplying electricity, the charger secretly creates a data connection. Once connected, attackers may steal files, install malware, monitor communications, extract credentials, or create hidden remote access channels. That's why juice jacking is considered an advanced exploitation technique, because it abuses trusted physical connections instead of traditional online vulnerabilities. Now you might wonder, why are USB connections dangerous in the first place? Most people think USB ports only charge devices, but USB was designed for both power transfer and data communication. That means any USB connection can potentially transfer files, execute commands, imitate hardware devices, or establish communication between systems. This creates a hidden attack surface. Attackers exploit these capabilities using modified hardware, malicious firmware, or hidden payloads inside cables and chargers. So how does a juice jacking attack actually work? The process is surprisingly simple. First, attackers prepare a malicious charging station, USB hub, cable, or wall charger. Inside, they hide hardware or software capable of communicating with connected devices. Next, the victim connects their phone or laptop, believing the charger is safe. This is why airports, hotels, shopping malls, cafes, and railway stations are common attack locations. Once connected, the USB interface may begin data communication. Depending on the device, the charger may request file access, trigger hidden commands, or silently execute malware in the background. Finally, exploitation begins. Attackers may steal files, harvest credentials, install spyware, deploy ransomware, or create remote backdoors, often without the victim noticing anything suspicious. Juice jacking can take multiple forms depending on the attacker's goal. One common form is data theft, where attackers steal photos, emails, documents, contacts, banking data, or saved passwords. Another variation is malware injection. Here, malicious software such as spyware, keyloggers, banking trojans, or ransomware is silently installed onto the victim's device. Some attacks focus on credential harvesting, targeting passwords, authentication tokens, session cookies, and OTP messages. More advanced attacks use remote access trojans, or RATs, allowing attackers to remotely monitor activity, access cameras and microphones, and fully control the victim's device. Now things become even more dangerous. One of the most advanced USB exploitation techniques is called bad USB. Bad USB manipulates the firmware inside USB controllers. Instead of acting like a normal charger or cable, the malicious device impersonates trusted hardware, such as a keyboard or network adapter. Once connected, it can automatically execute commands at extremely high speed. For example, it may open a terminal, download malware, disable security protections, or create administrator accounts. What makes bad USB especially dangerous is that many antivirus systems struggle to detect firmware-level attacks. And modern threats go even further. Today, even charging cables themselves can become hacking tools. One famous example is the OMG cable. These cables look completely normal, but contain hidden microcontrollers, Wi-Fi modules, and payload injectors capable of launching remote attacks. Some can even be controlled wirelessly from nearby locations. To fully understand these attacks, we also need to understand USB exploitation techniques. USB cables contain pins for power and separate pins for data communication. Attackers exploit those data pins to interact with connected devices. One major technique is HID emulation, where a malicious USB device pretends to be a keyboard and automatically types commands faster than a human could. Other methods include driver exploitation, firmware manipulation, and auto-run abuse on older systems. Now let's look at some real-world scenarios. Airport charging stations are one of the most common examples. Travelers often connect their devices without considering the risks. Cybersecurity conferences also demonstrate USB attacks using modified charging hubs and malicious cables. In corporate espionage cases, attackers may leave infected charging cables inside office environments, potentially compromising entire networks when employees unknowingly use them. So why is juice jacking so effective? One major reason is human trust. Chargers appear harmless, familiar, and necessary. Another reason is that physical accessories trigger less suspicion than online threats. There's also limited public awareness. Many people still don't realize USB connections transfer both power and data. And because modern malicious hardware is extremely small, visual detection becomes nearly impossible. Almost any portable device can potentially be targeted. That includes smartphones, tablets, laptops, smartwatches, cameras, and gaming devices. Potentially affected operating systems include Android, iOS, Windows, macOS, and Linux. No platform is completely immune if proper precautions are ignored. Possible warning signs include rapid battery drain, overheating, unusual pop-ups, unknown applications, suspicious permissions, excessive data usage, and performance slowdowns. However, advanced attacks may leave almost no visible evidence. As attackers become more sophisticated, juice-jacking techniques continue evolving. Some attacks inject malicious payloads directly through USB communication. Others establish reverse shells, giving attackers hidden command line access. Advanced malware may survive reboots through persistent installation techniques. And in high-level attacks, attackers may attempt privilege escalation to gain administrator or root access. It's also important to understand the difference between juice-jacking and traditional USB malware. Traditional USB malware usually spreads through storage devices like flash drives. Juice-jacking, however, hides inside the charging process itself. The attack uses charging cables and USB ports instead of storage media, making it far more deceptive and less suspicious to victims. So can iPhones and Android devices actually be hacked through chargers? Yes, although modern smartphones include security protections. On Android devices, risks increase if USB debugging, developer options, or file transfer modes are enabled improperly. Apple devices usually request trust permission before allowing data access. However, sophisticated exploits and undiscovered vulnerabilities may still create risks. Because of these dangers, cybersecurity agencies worldwide have issued warnings about public charging stations. Experts recommend carrying personal chargers, using direct wall outlets instead of public USB ports, and using power-only cables whenever possible. Official recommendations also encourage avoiding unknown charging kiosks entirely. So how can you protect yourself from juice jacking? The safest option is to use your own charger and direct electrical outlets whenever possible. Avoid public USB charging stations unless absolutely necessary. Another highly effective defense is using USB data blockers, which disable data transfer while still allowing charging. You should also disable USB debugging when it isn't needed. Whenever prompted, always choose charge-only mode instead of file transfer mode. Keeping devices updated is also critical because security updates often patch USB-related vulnerabilities. And finally, regularly monitor device permissions, unknown apps, and administrator settings for suspicious activity. From an ethical hacking perspective, USB attacks are studied mainly for defensive purposes. Security professionals analyze these techniques to improve hardware security, train cybersecurity teams, test physical defenses, and identify weaknesses before attackers exploit them. And looking toward the future, hardware-based cyberattacks are expected to become even more advanced. Future threats may involve AI-powered malware, wireless-triggered USB attacks, smaller hidden implants, and deeper firmware persistence mechanisms. Many experts believe hardware-level attacks will become one of the biggest cybersecurity challenges of the future. So think about this again. The next time you see a free charging station at an airport, hotel, or shopping mall, will you still plug your phone in so casually? Because juice jacking proves something extremely important. Even trusted physical devices can become attack vectors. A simple charging cable, something people use every day, can potentially become a tool for surveillance, exploitation, and data theft. And as attackers continue developing more advanced USB exploitation methods, awareness becomes one of the strongest defenses we have. Cybersecurity is no longer limited to suspicious websites or malicious downloads. Today, even ordinary accessories can become gateways for cyber attacks. And that makes understanding attacks like juice jacking essential for anyone interested in ethical hacking, penetration testing, digital forensics, or cyber defense. Before we end, here's a quick cybersecurity challenge for you. Why are public USB charging stations considered dangerous even if they appear legitimate? What makes a malicious cable like the OMG cable different from a normal charging cable? And which attack technique allows a USB device to impersonate a keyboard and automatically execute commands? Drop your answers in the comments and see how many you got right. And if you found this breakdown useful, make sure to like the video, share it with someone who still uses random public chargers, and subscribe to Bluehat Cybersec Academy for more deep dives into real-world cyber attacks, exploitation techniques, and advanced hacking concepts. And don't forget to explore the playlist, Advanced Hacking, Attacks, and Exploitation. Because the more you understand how attackers operate, the better you become at defending against them. See you in the next video.